When we think of human development today, we often picture things like brain growth, social learning, or moral reasoning. But over 100 years ago, Sigmund Freud proposed a theory that shocked the world. One that suggested our personalities are shaped by unconscious desires starting in childhood, many of them linked to bodily pleasure. This is the basis of Freud's psychosexual theory of development, one of the earliest and most controversial ideas in psychology. Freud believed that from birth, humans experience internal drives he called libido, a kind of energy focused on pleasure. As we grow, this energy moves through 5 stages, each tied to a specific body part or erogenous zone. Let's walk through them. Stage 1. Oral stage, birth to about 18 months. During this stage, an infant's pleasure centers on the mouth. Sucking, biting, and breastfeeding are sources of comfort and stimulation. Freud believed that how needs are met during this stage, like weaning, could influence personality. If a child is weaned too early or too late, they might become orally fixated as adults, possibly leading to behaviors like nail biting, overeating, or smoking. Stage 2. Anal stage, 18 months to 3 years. Now the focus shifts to the anus, especially during toilet training. Freud believed this stage was about control and independence. A child who experiences too much pressure during toilet training might develop what's called an anal retentive personality, being overly neat, stubborn, or rigid. On the other hand, too little guidance might lead to an anal expulsive personality, someone messy or disorganized. Stage 3. Phallic stage, 3 to 6 years. Here, the focus moves to the genitals, but not in a sexual sense as we understand it in adults. Freud believed children at this age become aware of physical differences between sexes and may feel unconscious desires for the opposite sex parent. This is known as the Oedipus complex for boys and the Electra complex, a term later added by Carl Jung for girls. Freud claimed that resolving these feelings leads children to identify with their same-sex parent and develop their sense of gender and morality. Modern psychologists view this part of the theory as highly speculative and culturally outdated. Stage 4. Latency stage, 6 to puberty. During this phase, Freud believed sexual energy becomes dormant. Children focus on school, hobbies, and same-sex friendships. It's a time of social development and learning, not driven by the libido. This stage, Freud said, sets the foundation for self-confidence and social relationships. Stage 5. Genital stage, puberty onward. With puberty, sexual desires return, but now directed at others in more mature, adult ways. If earlier stages were resolved well, individuals can form healthy relationships. If not, unresolved conflicts from childhood may surface in adulthood. So, how much of this theory is still accepted today? Well, most of Freud's specific claims, especially about sexuality and childhood desires, are not supported by modern research. Critics argue that his ideas were based on a small number of clinical cases and reflected Victorian-era beliefs about gender and morality. But Freud's influence is undeniable. He helped bring attention to the unconscious mind, early childhood, and the idea that development happens in stages. Even if many of his details were flawed, his work laid the groundwork for future theories in personality and developmental psychology. Today, psychologists approach development using evidence-based theories that can be tested and revised. But Freud's bold ideas help spark a conversation about the inner lives of children, and for that, he still holds a place in psychology's history. In the next video, we'll turn to a theory that's far more accepted in modern psychology, Erik Erikson's psychosocial stages of development, where each stage of life presents a key challenge and opportunity.